the Sports Renegades podcast on SportstownChicago.com. Welcome back to the Sports Renegades here on SportstownChicago.com. I'm Ryan Stuprich.
And I am Ryan Risky.
And, yes, that was our little March Madness intro that we played. I didn't play that on Fantasy Fanatics. I remember I wanted to play that, that classic show open that they play, before all the games and during all the games. But I was told by my co-host that there was copyright infringements and that I couldn't play it, which is ridiculous because this is SportstownChicago.com, so... Pretty sure I can play whatever I want, as long as it doesn't have swear words in it, right? But that's okay.
Who told you couldn't play it?
Who do you think told me I couldn't play it? Andrew did.
I wasn't paying attention. I thought you meant someone higher up.
No.
Oh, it was. Did he really say that?
My co-host, my old co-host said I couldn't play.
You miss him?
That would have copyright. Oh, I miss him dearly. So there's 4 games on tonight. There's one in progress right now. That would be Wichita State against Notre Dame. Technically, Notre Dame's the home team but they're both on neutral course.
Who does Kentucky play tonight?
Kentucky plays West Virginia, and that is the coach I hate that we talked about last week with Bobby Huggins and West Virginia. They do a full court press pretty much every time. So that's interesting. Now
I have one.
That's going to be a good game, though, for sure.
I was actually watching CBS before I came here, and they were talking about people are waiting for a rematch between Kentucky and Wichita State next round.
Yes, that would be the Elite Eight. If Wichita State beats Notre Dame, they would play the winner of Kentucky and West Virginia. Although
now, why is
right?
like a rematch between them like so big?
I'm not sure. It's just because it's a rematch. Because I think if Arizona and Wisconsin both win tonight, they'll play each other, and that would be a rematch of the Elite Eight from last year as well. So that's a very interesting storyline, because if those 4 teams win, that they would all be rematching each other, which is very strange, and that all had to line up pretty well, but it sure did. So that was interesting. Currently, Notre Dame is winning 15-5 over Wichita State. I'm rooting heavily for Wichita State because I'm not a Notre Dame fan. I talked about Notre Dame with Mark Grody because it's local. That's why I brought up Notre Dame and Wisconsin, because there's a lot of locals who like those 2 teams. But I'm definitely rooting for Wichita State. I'm rooting for Wisconsin. Although I don't hate North Carolina, but I'm rooting for them. This West Virginia-Kentucky game, I really don't like West Virginia because of their coach, and I've never been a fan of West Virginia. They're a former team of the Big East. There's a lot
of coaches you just aren't a big fan of.
That's true, but I'll be rooting for West Virginia just so I can see the heavy favorite go down. Although I would not be upset if Kentucky won and then maybe lost later on. And then Xavier and Arizona, I have Arizona winning this game, and I have them playing Xavier because I watched Xavier this year. They're in the Big East Conference. They are really good. That's going to be a hard game, but Arizona should win that.
Now, do you think Kentucky and Wichita State will have their rematch next round?
I don't. I think Notre Dame will probably win tonight. I think Kentucky will win, but I also think Notre Dame will probably win. And now Notre Dame has something going for them, too. Notre Dame's head coach, Mike Bray, his mother passed away right before the Notre Dame and Butler game. Was that Saturday night? Yeah, on Saturday night. Passed away earlier in that day, and so they are definitely, playing for something big now. So that'll give them maybe a little extra momentum. and Notre Dame could certainly move on to the Elite Eight. And they were one of the hottest teams coming into the tournament, for sure. I mean, nobody thought they'd have a prayer in the ACC tournament, and they upset. I think they beat Duke, and then they beat North Carolina. So, you beat the two powerhouses of the ACC to win it, and that was the first conference tournament that they had ever won as the University of Notre Dame. So it's pretty interesting.
Now, who does Duke play this round?
Duke plays tomorrow, and I'll pull that up for you.
I like Duke.
I don't. For some reason, I know that there's only 16 teams left, and I still can't remember who. And I still can't remember who's playing who. Duke plays Utah, the University of Utah.
Duke should win that one.
Duke will be heavily favored.
I believe I read
Duke
that.
really shouldn't have been a number one seed, so I don't know. And Utah's been hot, and they sort of had an upset in their last game, so I don't know.
When Duke wins it, they'll probably be saying, "Oh yeah, they deserve to be a number one seed."
Duke did not deserve to be a number one seed. I'll stick by that. They definitely did not. Gonzaga deserved to be a number one seed over them. Gonzaga only had two regular season losses as compared to 4 from Duke, but because of strength of schedule and BPI and RPI ratings and all that, Duke got the upper hand over Gonzaga. Michigan State and Oklahoma. That's going to be the most interesting game, partly because Michigan State's been playing their asses off lately, and Oklahoma's been a surprise, sort of. They're 24-10, and 12-6 in the Big 12, but they came, they were a team that a lot of people thought would be upset, but here they go back. And I think I told you in the car on Sunday that I have a friend of mine who is a big Michigan State fan, and he goes to the University of Oklahoma, so that's going to be interesting because they're playing each other.
It's a win-win and a lose-lose situation for him.
Right. We're going to take an update, and then we will take a break. You're listening to Sports Renegades here on SportsTownChicago.com. The Sports Renegades podcast on SportsTownChicago.com.